afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video where this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to song numero 3 on Rush's Signals album. Now, the whole reason why I'm saying good afternoon and all that is because this is actually, I'm recording this at 2:15 on Saturday afternoon, where through a complete cock-up at work, they had to send us all home 2 hours later than when we would have actually started, so it gets tricky, basically. So that's why I'm back here numerous hours later. And also, I know this probably will mean absolutely nothing, but I do want to apologize for what happened last night. I was supposed to have done at least 3 other songs last night aside from the Analog Kid, but to be honest, last night I felt so, after doing the Analog Kid, I felt so like all the energy had just dropped out of my body, and I literally almost couldn't be asked to like even bother doing anything else. I got 8 hours of sleep last night, so that's good. Though with how things have happened today, I probably should have just stayed in bed in all honesty, but there's not much we could do about that. Anyway, let's move on with Chemistry. So, I think I remember saying this previously, but with how impressive Neil Peart's lexicon really is, and with how impressive and how well Lee and Lifeson can all orchestrate their opinions, whether through music, through singing, through writing, I am very, very curious as to what exactly their takes on Chemistry would be. So, like, to the more average observer. So, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. So let's begin. Chemistry in 3, 2, 1, and... I love that.
Signal transmitted, message received. Reaction making impact invisibly. Elemental telepathy. Exchange of energy. Reaction making contact mysteriously.
It still brings a lot of magic to my eye, music to my ears, ladies and gentlemen, whenever it comes down to the things you can pick up on that you almost weren't suspected before. Like listening to every time you can pick up whatever Neil's doing, it sticks in your mind, if that makes sense. And especially during that outro, if you can hear Alex, Alex is probably I want to say the most underrated member of Rush, and that's even including John Rutsey, their original drummer, because almost unlike quite a lot of other Rush songs that we've done before, and those we still got to look forward to, Alex, he sort of like comes into his own. Like he makes everything sound so okay. Geddy is very nice to listen to, but I think his biggest strength, his asset that he brings to Rush, is that he sounds like the sort of guy you want to be fronting a rock group, and probably. It matches the style as well for the songs they go for. I'm not entirely sure if you had like Alice Cooper singing this, it would sound like it would get its point across in the same way. Alex's biggest strength is that it sounds so effortless, but as I'm pretty sure those who know, there is an awful lot amount of work that goes into these, because that's sort of Neil's biggest strength as well. He is a perfectionist, and he would probably write, scribble down ideas until he can formulate something until it's absolutely perfect. I mean, if you even go through this one lyric in particular is the sort of thing that exercises this perfectly. H2TOO. He could have just written H2O, but no, it's H2O. So the play on words is that it sounds like H2O, but it's H2O. I know that sounds very redundant, but it serves a very valid purpose. They were once separate things, but now they're together. But the way you hear it, it doesn't sound like they're separate at all. It always sounds like it was always meant to be. And the rest of the song is like this. It's the fascination with the unknown. It's the fascination with things, even something as primitive or something as very, very complex as chemistry. I mean, I would know this quite well because my brother, who's in his third year of university, he would have been in the exact same position I was 3 years ago, but he's doing a course in biochemistry, which is about the science of the formula in like cells, in plants, in humans, in animals. I think his sort of thing is that it blends the two perfectly. But I like to imagine, to even come close to try and studying something as complex as that, you've got to be well versed and very well educated in biology, and be very well versed and very, very oriented in chemistry as well. And I'm just going to say this right now. I know, brother, I know you're probably not watching this, but I'm just hear this from your older brother just for 1 second. The amount of work you put into not only your revision, not only in what you do when you're actually at university, it is, quite frankly, it cannot be understated. My brother is the sort of, he gets 100% on tests, whether he thinks they're easy or not. You know why? Because people like him, just like Neil Peart, they put in the effort. They try and try and try. They work and work and work until it is absolutely perfect. And that's why I always think it's always so great for my brother to want to say that to my brother, because to be honest, it is, I think the only way they could write a song like this is that they try and formulate it into something that is also equally as complex, such as human interaction or stuff like that, like emotion transmitted, emotion received. It's a science. It's a lot like Vital Signs, the closing song. In fact, it's very much like Vital Signs, about having to understand about. We can relay things like technology to the way humans interact, from understanding what a person's feeling or thinking just by saying something very, very mundane. And then music in the abstract, positively. Elemental empathy, a change of synergy. Music making contact naturally. It's the process of complete human interaction, and it is so complex, and there are so many routes to go down into interpretation. It's like a science. Now, I would say right now, this is where I will also dig out my my Sigmund Freud. One of my Sigmund Freud books is Civilization, Its Discontinence. But because I had to carry so much coming home, I had to leave it at work for now. So I'll get it back on Monday. But I'm pretty sure there's something else here we could probably like get into right now anyway, because stuff like the dream factory as well. Even the idea, the philosophy of understanding the nature of dreams is something really good. In fact, it's really just a dictionary as well. I mean, future, for example. Dreams of the future could indicate wish fulfillment if a scenario you have been daydreaming about played itself out in your dreams. If your dream of the future involves a disaster, tragedy, or accident, this may be anxiety related, but it could also be possible that your unconsciousness has signaled that you need to take extra care to protect your health and safety. If you dreamed of visiting a clairvoyant, are you eager to know the outcome of a situation in the real world? I just wanted to put that in as an example, because there's a lot of things to unpack with that, and a lot of people say that emotions are largely based on chemical reactions inside the brain. I think it is. There's a lot to be said about that. I also like to imagine that it's either like drawn from past experiences, but again, understanding the minefield of things like adult neurogenesis is something I sadly don't really have a lot of time to go into. I absolutely would, because again, bring it back to my brother just for 1 second. You learn a lot of things just by using your ears. I think that's the message I want to send out right there. And similar to chemistry as well, you'll be surprised about how much you'll learn and how simple it all sounds just by hearing it out. Never be afraid or intimidated to feel like you need to learn more, or there's stuff you want to learn more about the world. We need people like you. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to chemistry. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of chemistry for yourselves, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and a very, very good afternoon.